actually 5 of them, which have not yet been implemented. There's actually 2 others, but I can think Isabel will agree that in the pursuit of safety, the most important thing right now is to get yellow school bus drivers behind the wheels of these buses and multifunction activity buses, and for the province to stop contracting out to private charter services like Prestige, as we saw what happened last week. So in view of that fact, we're probably going to have to give up for the time being on the fundraising aspect, which is that all the high schools pay for the purchase, or to pay for the drivers. Presently, the high school student councils pay for the drivers, and they pay the mileage on the vehicles that are rented. Like that chartered bus, it would have been student council that paid for that. So don't let them tell you that it's going to affect the government's bottom line, because that is not true. It is paid for by the student council, so that's something we may have to give up on for the time being. But I don't think Isabel is willing at all to give up on the most fundamental and crucial aspect of this, which is safety. Now, there's also the issue of Karen Branscombe. Any of you like to speak to that?
Well, Karen Branscombe didn't fulfill her duties as a superintendent to protect the children. And I feel that, it's in the recommendations that any teacher or staff is recommend for not fulfilling their duties, and I feel that she did not. And I'm wondering what the Department of Education is going to do about this. It's a lesson to be learned, and not to take granted for.
We're also very concerned, too, about the number of motor vehicle inspectors in the province of New Brunswick. We urge that you to follow up on this story. I think people will be astonished to know that there are only 4 motor vehicle inspectors in the entire province of New Brunswick. And these are the fellows who go in, men and women, who are they're doing a good job as much as they can. It's not to criticize the work that they're doing, it's that they're overworked and overburdened. And it's because of the fact that there are only 4 motor vehicle inspectors in the entire province that Prestige was able to get away with what it did, and that Hathaway Ford got away with what it did. Ultimately, the bottom line goes back down, the trail reaches back, always goes back to the issue of, who's watching? Are the fox watching the chickens? I don't think so. It's a wild west out there right now. It seems that anybody can do anything. And really urge you to follow up on that issue of the motor vehicle inspectors, because I believe that that is going to show you the weakness in the system. There are a number of weaknesses in the system, but that is the big weakness. And of course, the failure of the provincial government to hire yellow school bus drivers and yellow school buses in favor of charters. For what reason, we don't know. Delleen can speak to, Delleen is the president of the Bus Drivers Union, and she can speak to the costs, and that trip in particular.
That trip probably would have cost, if they had used provincial drivers, a little over $800 with 2 drivers.
And 2 buses.
And 2 buses, yeah.
Now, if you have any questions, we will just keep on talking here, but go ahead.
Just on school bus drivers, do school bus drivers now take some kids on extracurricular?
Yes, we do. Yeah.
Okay, so a lot or not, or is it more that the buses go, and they take the yellow buses as well?
In our district, which is District 16, I'm from the Miramichi bus drivers, and if there's 20 students or more, they take a school bus. And there hasn't been a problem, for a couple of years now we've used school buses.
So that is the district policy?
I can't say that for sure, but that's what they do. Yeah.
Isabel, do you know if that it varies, right? Yeah. From district to district?
Yes.
That's something you should be asking the Minister of Education, because it seems that they make exceptions. They apply the rules differently across the board, and that's how you're getting some districts. I mean, we reported this months ago. There are 28 multifunction activity buses in the province of New Brunswick. Some districts, I believe there are 3, don't even have one, but some districts have 5. So how is it that one district can have 5 and some districts can have none? And we've said it before, and we believe that the Anglophone district doesn't take seriously its commitment to children's safety, because the Francophone district in all cases has multifunction activity buses, and we're very happy for that Good for them, wonderful. We need to see this across the province in every district. Why are 3 Anglophone districts not using multifunction activity buses? Especially when these buses are paid for through the student councils. I mean, it boggles the mind, and the student councils once again are paying for the, and if they can't get it, maybe they can't get the $55,000, they can rent a yellow school bus and a yellow school bus driver. That trip would have cost with 2 buses and 2 drivers, including the bus driver's meal, slightly more than $800.
And you're in the safest vehicle with the professional driver. And this is all we're asking for. Safety for the children is to do this. If I asked every parent, would you want your child to be traveling in a 15-passenger van with an unprofessional driver? This is a daycare with 2-year-olds and 3-year-olds in Fredericton. You know, they're putting them in the seatbelt, in booster seats. And this is what it's made of. If you look at that vehicle over there, after the collision, there's nothing there for protection of the children. There's no crashworthiness on it, no safety bars on it. There's only one door that's an exit for them to get out of. When you're in a vehicle like this is what the multifunction activity vehicles are made of. And yellow school buses. Wouldn't everyone want their children in a vehicle like this, driven by a professional driver? I would say